Hello, this is me again doing a second part of the multiplication. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, let me move to the next screen. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 squared, or 4 times 4, is 16. And you can count the number of interception. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have four equal sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a square of 4 equal sides with a 90-degree angle. 4 times 5 is 20, which gives you a geometry of a rectangle. Since you have two sides that are equal, you have two pairs of equal sides, and you have one side or a pair. You have two different pairs of sides. So one side is the length of one side is different from the other side. So you have a unit. So you have a rectangle, and that has 20 interception. 4 times 6, you have an interception of 24. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 11 is 44. And 4 times 12 is 48. 5 times 1 here, this is probably the best number to teach. If you want to teach a 5-year-old kid, I will start with 5 times 1 since you have 5 fingers. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Again, you have a geometry of a rectangle. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. And 5, or 5 squared, with an exponential factor of 2, or power by 2, is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 9 is 49. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 11 is 55. 5 times 12 is 60. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Again, you have a geometry of a rectangle. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. And here you have 6 squared equals 36, or 6 times 6. And 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 9 is 54. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 11 is 66. And 6 times 12 is 72. And then we get to the number 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 squared, which is 49, with an exponential factor of 2, or 7 power by 2. And you have a geometry of a square because you have 4 sides that are equal. And here you have 7 times 8 is 56, which is a rectangle because you have 2 sides that are different. 7 times 9, again you have another rectangle. 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 11 is 77. And 7 times 12 is 84. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. And notice that 8 times 4 is same as 3 times 8 in reverse order. And 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 squared, or 8 times 8, is 64, which is a Another geometry of a square. 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 11 is 88. 8 times 12 is 96. Okay, and that is a geometry of a rectangle. And 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. And 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 squared is 81, or 9 powered by 2, or 9 with the exponential factor of 2, which again it gives you a geometry of a square. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 11 is 99. And 9 times 12 is 108. Now, this is a very easy number. All you do is add the number 0 to, just add a 0. 10, here, this is, hold on. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is a no-brainer. 10 times 5 is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. This is 100, or 10 squared, 10 powered by 2. Again, you have a geometry of a square when we have two sides of equal length, which is 10 units of two sides of equal length. When you multiply them, you have a geometry of a square. 10 times 11 is 110, 112. That's 11. Here, this is simple until here you just change. Here it's very simple. It's 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 78, 79, 110, which means you just add another 10. And here this gets you a little 11 squared, which is 121, which is, again, you have 11 times 11, or 11 squared. That gives you a geometry of a square. And here, 11 times 12, I believe that's 132. And if I were you, I would check your calculator whether I'm right. I think it's 132, but check your calculator to see whether I am right or wrong. I believe it's 132. That's 12. Here, this requires some work. From here, you're probably sick of counting all the intersection. If you count one by one, this is 12. If you're sick of it, just memorize it from now on. Right now, you know why you multiply two numbers gives you the number 24, 36, and 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, and 144, or 12 square, which is the number interceptions, 144. And that concludes my presentation on how to multiply.